Empire Media Express had a very special and a unique encounter by the grace of God as we traveled all the way to Nakuru to meet Apostle John from America. Apostle John has a very special message for Africa, especially Kenya. This is what he had to say.
It's time to wake up. Soon you will hear of a great move of God. Starting in Kenya. It will move over to Uganda, Burundi, Tanzania, Cameroon, Africa, South Africa. Is beginning to rise up from inside. And there will be one of the greatest moves you will see. God is removing the Sauls inside of governments in Africa.
Mungu anainua mataifa, anainua watu katika Afrika na kuwatuma hata katika nchi ya Afrika.
To put the Davids in position.
Atawaweka viongozi kama Daudi katika nafasi mbalimbali za ufalme.
Empire Media Express is a Christian news channel, which will be bringing you news updates and cover Christian events.
Good afternoon, God bless you. I am Apostle John Zartuche. I am the senior pastor and apostle for Storm International Ministries. I am here presently inside of Kenya, Nakuru. I am from Chicago, Illinois. I've been in ministry for some time, and God has sent me here on a mission to Kenya. I'm in Nakuru, as I just mentioned, and I've spent time inside of Bungoma, in Kisumu, and many other counties throughout the nation of Kenya here, ministering to several of the leaders as God has called me here to minister to the leaders and to begin to present to them what God is saying. I am also in great need and desire to see Kenya arise again. As I mentioned, I'm here on an assignment because of God and wanting to have the leaders gather together here as God begins to change the nation here. He changes it with the church. This is the church's job to lead us into all truth here. So my purpose and desire is to actually unify all the leaders here. Coming back from Bungoma, there was 350 leaders that gathered together to hear the mind of God. We've had tremendous breakthrough, tremendous understanding of the purposes of what God is doing inside the nation here. Soon to be, God will begin to gather all the nations across Africa as Africa internally begins to rise up and gathers together and create the new government, the new Africa that has always been. When I say new Africa, I'm talking about the Africa that has always been, instead of looking outside to look internally for what we have. This is a great continent. There are great nations in here. These 54 nations that God has established here are going to work together. The leaders are coming together to create and bring forth what this continent is all about. That Africa will be for Africa. Africa will arise and shine as the leaders gather together to assemble themselves as the government that God says will always remain there. It's been a joy here. Again, being with Apostle Peter Chacha here in Nakuru has been a great joy here. I've spent time in different churches, and all of the leaders are very hungry for unity, unified. There's not the competition that there is, and I've seen in many other places here. So there is great unity, there's great promise, there's great oil, and the blessing of God that He commands when we unify ourselves together. I want to thank you, Kenya, for allowing me to be with you, your hospitality, and the beauty of your wonderful land. I've had to experience your wonderful food, your wonderful culture, the wonderful things that you've offered here, your worship, your praise, and how God is turning all of this mourning into dancing and all of it into praise as God begins to redress this wonderful, beautiful woman called Kenya with great praises here. So thank you. I will be leaving for Nairobi shortly, and from there I'll park back to Chicago. But we have plans to come back again to do some strong leadership, working with other nations here. So I expect great things to happen as we begin to move in the obedience of God and the assignment that He's given us here. God bless you, Kenya. God bless you richly. God bless the continent of Africa. May God arise. May His enemies be scattered. May you arise and shine into the purposes that God has ordained you. God bless until we meet again. God keep you is always my prayer. Thank you.
Thank you so much. My name is Apostle Peter Chacha, founder and president of the Anointing of God Ministries here in Nakuru, Kenya. And we have churches around Kenya, Ghana, Naivasha, and different places. And our ministry is mainly outreach. We love God and we appreciate what He's doing. And today we are privileged and blessed. This weekend actually we have had two wonderful servants of God from the United States of America. We have Apostle Tracy, my elder sister. She's from Indiana, United States of America. She's a wonderful teacher and a minister of the word, and she's been a blessing to the women. She had a very powerful seminar with the women here on Friday, and today she ministered on two things on how to make your leadership powerful, and that was love and to follow wisdom. That was powerful. The man of God on my left is Apostle John Zartuche, and I was telling him I pronounce his name as a Kenyan, so he told me he's Kenyan, so I don't have to worry about the pronouncement. This man of God is a powerful man. He's from Illinois, Chicago, and he's a powerful minister of God, a prophetic man, and he's always been speaking wonderful words. He has been able to minister today to us, and he spoke about desiring, walking to fulfill the will of God, being obedient to the will of God, and that is what matters to God. And that was so powerful to me, and which really ministered to my life. He's been a blessing to me, and he's a very powerful online minister, and speaking in conferences and ministering in different countries, and he's such a blessing. And I'm so glad to have these wonderful people in our church this weekend, and we have been experiencing blessings, and we praise God. So God bless you all. Thank you even for tuning in, and we are so happy to have you, man of God, to have you, woman of God. Thank you so much. And as you'll be traveling back tomorrow, back to the United States, we send you with greetings to the people of God there. God bless you.
Hi, my name is Tracy Childress, and I am the senior leader of Grace and Power Ministries. We're located in Maryville in the USA, and I have come to Kenya because I wanted to be a blessing to some women who were expecting me in Kisumu. And I ended up in Kisumu, Bungoma, in Nairobi, and also Nakuru. And it was really a powerful time. I'm glad that I can share words with women to encourage them to know that where they are, there are greater things for them. And just the dialogue, the conversation, just seeing what they have to offer. It was really a good time here, and I'm looking forward to returning. I was thinking I would return in a year, but after talking to some of these women, I think I need to come back sooner and just continue to empower them and let them be creative. They're very creative. They're very willing, and I love the resilience that I see in these women. So again, it has been a wonderful time here in Kenya this year. This is my first trip for this year in 2024, but I see myself coming back sooner in this year.
Your Christian news channel. Empire Media Express.